Okay, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you decide to do this. First of all, what are you grateful for? In this moment, take a moment. I want you to grab that thing that you're thankful or grateful for. And I want you to find a standing position, bring your heels together, toes slightly wide open. Bringing the right hand to your lower abdomen, left hand on top of that, just resting peacefully. Close your eyes and think about the full plantar surface of both of your feet coming into full contact with the floor, supporting you. I want you to bring your lower abdomen, engage it, bringing your belly to your spine a bit, tucking the pelvis slightly. And then I want you to relax your shoulders, have your spine nice and long, energy coming through the top of your head. And taking some breaths here. If you want to just breathe through your nose, let your tongue float to the roof of your mouth behind your teeth. Take some deep, full breaths all the way into the belly, filling your hands as they're holding the lower part of your belly, so you can get your breath down there. Letting you exhale fully, emptying everything. Thinking about what you're grateful for in this moment. Let your breaths be expansive and full. Try to not have them be strenuous or straining. So you can let your bone structure support you. Trying to not have anything with too much tension. Do a little body scan, head to toe, toe to head. See where you're holding something. Maybe your shoulders, maybe your lower back, front, the chest, the abdomen, maybe your knees. Try to find even engagement and tension throughout your body, if possible. With each exhale, find more calmness. And relaxation. With each inhale, finding fullness. Releasing your hands, in your stance, bringing the right foot behind you, and do some circles at the ankle. Go to your heel, making big circles behind you. Supporting yourself with your left foot. Again, as much tension as you need to maintain balance, but try not to hold anything too much, just being relaxed. And letting the leg be soft and having movement coming up into the hip. Switch directions. And if you'll go the other way, really finding full range of motion and mobility in your ankle. Remember that toe, hopefully it's not painful. And then let's do the other side. Supporting yourself with your right leg, left toes behind, doing big circles with your heel. Your heel drawing a big circle. And from that allows range of motion in your ankle, a little bit of movement in your knee, but also just the anchoring point of your hip. Checking yourself with your breath, where are you holding? Switch directions. And then bringing both feet together. Bringing your hands to the tops of your knees, ends of your thigh. Do some knee circles, letting your knees come down and tip of a bend as your body allows without there being any pain. And with keeping your full feet flat on the ground so you're not lifting up in the heels. Engaging your thighs, keeping your knees squeezed together as you do this to protect them. And switch directions. You can do this as slowly as you'd like, or you can add a little bit of momentum to it. Coming all the way to standing, setting a little bit wider hip width. Let's take the hips around, And here, try to smooth out the circle. Your hips are gonna come forward, a nice arc. Hips are gonna go back, nice and smooth. And you're keeping your shoulders fairly still. Movement is just in the pelvis region. Your feet, try to keep them grounded, supported. Sometimes I do walk around in my feet, but otherwise keep them nice and flat. All points of your rectangular feet connected. Stretching. So think of your bottom swooping out the peanut butter. Hips in the front too. Relaxing the low back. And just go around. Now we're going to do some figure eights. So we're going to take one hip, send it back, and then the other hip, trying to keep the pelvic girdle parallel to the ground, but think of doing now a side arc on one side. So now our peanut butter jar is on the side, we're swooping it with our hip, trying to get out all the peanut butter and the jelly from the jars. And we can connect them and see this figure eight that's happening. And again, we can use some knee movement, slight bend, but our feet are really planted and supported on the ground. A little bit of movement travels up into the shoulders. And now let's see if we can reverse it. Now we're going to come back and send it forward. Hip goes back and then forward. So now the arc is coming this way. Still a figure eight. When we first do this, we may have a lot of tension trying to figure things out, but our goal is to find ease of movement. And again, you can take this as slow as you want, or as quickly as you want. Whatever you do, try to smooth it out. Good. Do a little shake, shake, shake. Holding that up. Yeah. Try to find the movement just in the pelvis. Try to shoulders still, arms are here to hold, and let the movement come into the hips and let the flesh jiggle around the bone structure. Yeah. Okay. What else do we do? A little, maybe this guy, where we're going side to side. First, we're going to start off with keeping our hips facing forward. And the twist just comes from the upper body. When our hand in the front comes, it's going to tap where my microphone is. So you're going to tap on the front part of the shoulder, and the long and the back hand is tapping the kidneys. And just let the arms be nice and goosey. Heavy. Right now the twisted movement is just in the upper body. We're trying to look behind us. So our neck is following the movement of our spine. And our head follows our neck. Looking behind. Use your breath. Each twist, see if you can twist a little bit more. And now go ahead and allow your knees to bend and your hips to move. So the twist is a little deeper. Arms are relaxed. Looking behind. Bringing up the spine. And coming to stillness. Now adjust the arms. Take one and let it reach forward. And here we're leading with our elbows and our shoulders. And eventually we're going to extend even more all the way. Fingertips reaching forward. You feel a stretch along your back. Reaching. Let it swipe your body. Again, you can keep this nice and slow. Extending, trying to make your movements as fluid as possible. Just kind of bring a little more momentum and speed into it. Let your knees get involved. Doing a backward swim. Reverse. Not going overhead, keeping your hands low. And make sure you're still reaching with your back. And that's how you're getting the full extension of your fingers. Can't go at a pace that feels good to you, but feel the massage along your spine. And now let's open it up and let the arms be a swing. Again, having your fingertips reach all the way in front and all the way back. Let's let our gaze follow the hand that swoops behind us. And then open it up. And I'll do it slow-mo for a second. So each swing, our feet are staying forward and our reach is reaching behind us and in front, but we're looking behind us and we're opening up to that side. And we'll do that on the other side where our hips are staying they're moving a little bit, but the feet are facing forward. Oh my goodness. A nice stretch looking over that backhand. And each time, see if you can't open up a little more and not look just behind you, but to the opposite side of you. Gentle swing. And again, keep this nice, slow, reaching pace, or you can add some momentum into it if it doesn't make you too dizzy. Still reaching to your max reach, reaching and looking a little bit further each time. Nice. And now let's take the shoulders back. You can take this into your spine a little bit if you want. I always like to. I'm coming forward, letting my neck come, letting it come all the way down into my hips. Up the head. So it's the whole spine. Lead with your head. Let's try to reverse that. So lead with the tailbone. Tailbone tucks under. Ooh. Coming back up. And now the shoulders come forward and ends with the head. Another challenging one. Good. Take it back to the elbows. Back and here, really squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Open up your chest. Yeah. So full range of motion of the shoulders now that we have the elbows helping us. So our shoulders are going to come up. They're going to go as back as far as they can and then they're going to go as low as they can. Yeah. And then extend from arms. Big circles back. Use your breath each time. Reaching higher, big circles all the way up. Oh, big of a circle can you draw with your hands. Oh, nice. Now for the challenging part, both hands up above. Then we're going to let one hand fall behind you and one hand fall in front of you. Follow the hand that's going behind you. Let both hands touch your thighs. Now the hand that was behind is going to keep going up in front. Follow the hand that came behind you, and they meet at the top. Do that again. Dropping one behind and one in front. They're going to follow that trajectory. Keep them going. They pass your thighs. Keep them going in the trajectory that they're going until they meet at the top. One more time, same direction. One arm falls behind, one arm falls in front. They touch the thighs. The hand that was behind comes in front. The hand in front comes behind. And they meet at the top. And switch directions. The other one fall in front and the other one fall behind. Tap the thighs. Keep going in the trajectory until they meet the top. And then let them keep going. Tapping hand that falls behind last time. Follow the hand that's falling behind, let the front lunges fall in front, and then again, tap the thighs. Now look at that hand to the front. Follow as it comes up from behind, let the front one keep going in front. Nice. If you can do it fast someday, just let it happen. Don't think about it, start at the top. Let him drop. Let momentum happen. Use a little bit of your body for spin, stop at the top. And then go the other way. Okay, bring them both forward. Yeah, and now we're still full range of motion for shoulders, but now we're taking the movement forward. And now just the elbows. Good. Now just the shoulders. Good, and move that. And let's do our head. So, taking this full range of motion, looking down, looking to the side, looking at the ceiling. You can use your breath always, any chance you get. Have your exhale help your movement. Use it. And switch directions. You can speak a little bit louder. Okay. Good. Alright, now for some balancing acts. So here we're going to find our support on our left foot. Our right foot is going to come in front, and we're just going to do some gas pedals. We're going to point and flex our foot. Point and flex, point and flex. Arms can be wherever you need them for support, out to the side, for rounds, moving your hips for challenge. And now let's take that into some circles, using your toes, widening your toes, finding space between them, taking them to the outside, and then switch directions. Making circles with those toes. Right. And now keeping the foot flexed, we're going to do some windshield wipers, or a little wave with the foot. Nice. Find the movement up here, the hip leg is straight now. And now let's take it to a big circle, leading with your heel, all the way around. Big circle, maybe it goes across your body. Here a little bit. Maybe there's a bend in the supporting leg, so you can get a little wider, bigger circle. You can do what you want with your arms for balance. And then switch directions. The other way. Good. Do you feel the burn on your supporting leg? The other side. Here we go. Right leg is your supporting leg. Find your balance. Point and flex your left foot. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Should be more challenging because it's on higher from supporting the other foot. And then circles at the ankle. Leading with your toes. Try to find space between the digits. The toe digits. And switch directions. Nice. Challenge with the balance. Use the support if you need it. Don't use it if you don't need it. Finding the foot flexed, keeping the leg straight. Try to wave this foot. Windshield wiper. Find the movement coming from your hip. Nice. Now let's do some big circles. As wide as we can. Drawing with our heel and our toes a little bit on the floor. You can do little circles, or you can challenge yourself and do big circles. Also, you can take it as slow as you want or as fast as you want. Switch directions. Feel the burn on the supporting leg. It's okay. Fire. Good fire. All right. Shake that off. All right. Some more challenging one-legged stuff, supporting yourself now with the left foot yet again, bringing your knee up high, and now we're going to do big knee circles. So now we're really opening up that hip, finding range of motion in the hip by bringing the knee up and over. You can stay bent, doesn't have to be straight. Again, as many as you are wanting to do today, so stretches. Bringing that out in. And then for a little bonus challenge, we can open and close the book, leaving the knee high. I'm just going to rotate, and you can challenge yourself by having more movement in the supporting leg, and really making that solid, and just having the movement come from the hip on the side that is up. Other side. Supporting the right leg into the ground, finding your balance, bringing the left knee up, and let's take it out first. Up and over, up and out. Good. Sometimes it helps to find what's called a dristi. Could have talked about this initially for balance. Switch directions. So dristi is a point of focus. So you're looking at it and kind of keeping everything into perspective. Your focus is in a fixed point. Let's challenge and open and close the book. As many times as you'd like. Good. Do some more hip circles. And switch directions. And let's do some nice hip extended. So hands on the backs, on your back here. Send the hips forward. And then send the hips back as they come back. Let your upper body fall forward. Let your head be heavy and your neck be soft. And then again, sending the hips forward. Let your head fall back if that's comfortable. And coming forward as many times as you like. Again, using your breath. Exhaling to find a deeper stretch. Sending the hips forward. Relaxing the head and the neck. You can go in and have a stretch. Oh, these are my favorite. And then when you've done as many as you want, find yourself folding forward and then reaching for one ankle and then the other with the opposite hand. And then the free hand that's not on the ankle is going to reach towards the ceiling. See if you can let your gaze follow that hand that's reaching towards the ceiling. A little bonus, if you can press into the ankle or the foot to give yourself a little extra stretch. Use your breath. Coming over to standing, I'm so proud of you. So let's do some balance challenges, okay? I'm going to actually use my stopwatch for this, and I challenge you guys to increase your time, okay? We're gonna do just 10-second, we'll do 15-second in intervals, but if that is easy for you, once it becomes easy, I want you to up it by 5 seconds. And so we're going to do a set on each side with our eyes open, and then we're going to, I'll walk you through it. So first one, we'll start on the left side again, and you're just going to find balance, right? Is what we were doing, but while we're doing this, I'm going to challenge you to move your head. Unless it's not easy to just be here, but we were doing lots of things. So instead of moving the leg, I want you to move the head. Okay, so 15 seconds. Get yourself ready and go. So maybe taking your head to the left for a couple counts. Take your head to the right for your gaze for a couple counts. Go ahead and look up at the ceiling for a couple counts. And that's 15 seconds. Awesome. Other side. right foot. And find your balance and go. Let's start with looking down. And then take the gears all the way up. Take it to the right this time. To the left. Yep. And maybe back down. Awesome. 15 seconds. Super easy, super quick. So let's do that again. And this time, close your eyes. No head movement. But we're going to hold 15 seconds with our eyes closed. Okay? Find yourself on your left leg. And go. Do what you need with your arms. Find your balance. Once this becomes easy, then you can add the head movement in. But for now, just the eyes closed. Awesome. Other side. Finding the support on the right leg. Go ahead and close your eyes. And 15 seconds. Started. Once you can do this without any fails, or you're able to do it without tapping your foot down or anything, again, add the head movement or just make the time longer. That's 15 seconds. Awesome. Cool. So that I recommend doing a few times a day. And getting the time up to where you can do a full minute of balance where it's not too challenging, right? You can always make it more difficult by closing your eyes, moving your head, moving your foot. Oh, you feel good for your balance. What else? We want to do a longer stand. Okay, Mas. You want to do some strengthening stuff, or yeah? Okay. So let's do. Find yourself in kind of a wider foot position, and we're going to take a squat, a horse stance. And so here, think about having your upper body straight up and down. Having your knees nice and wide and open and over your, towards your toes, not over your toes. And go down as far as is challenging, but still comfortable for you, for your knees. Engaging your pelvis, always thinking about your belly to your spine, keeping this lower core engaged. Relaxing the upper body and keeping it upright versus hunched forward or anything. So here, let's hold an energetic spherical ball with our hands, sort of Chachi style. Again, body scan for yourself, head to toe. Are you holding tension anywhere? Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your jaw relaxed? How's your head and your neck? Letting the energy and the fire force just be in the lower legs, but know that that's the strongest, biggest muscle in your body and it can handle it. Take a few breaths here, relaxing everything as your legs hold you up. Tucking the pelvis, squeezing the bottom. Let's do a few breaths with our hands. Inhaling up, exhaling, pushing the hands forward. Inhaling, bringing that ball of energy back to you. Exhaling, setting it down. Inhaling, bringing it back up. Exhale, sending it out. Inhale, bringing it back into you. Exhale, sending it down. Keeping your stance unchanged. Inhale, bringing it up. Exhale, sending it out. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, setting it back down. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale down. Hold this ball of energy here. Keeping the tailbone tucked. Again, one more body scan. Where's your tension? Where are you feeling things? Do you feel tired? Do you feel shaky? Are your feet supporting you? Are all points of your feet on the ground? Are you squeezing your bottom? Are you relaxing your bottom? Is your core engaged? Take a few breaths here. See if you can sink a little bit lower. Keeping all those things in mind. Nice. Ooh. I have fun. So stepping forward with the right, left foot. Again, all these things are balance related. I'm going to show you from the side. You can keep facing me. Here we're going to do what I call a T-balance rock. Arms can be anywhere you like. On the side, up overhead, out to the side. And your goal is to, I'll go this way, is to just pivot at the hip. So here you're going to bring your upper body forward as your leg comes back, and then we're going to come back to the starting position. You can bend the supporting leg, you can keep it straight, but the goal is to not have any weight on the other foot. So again, it's a balancing thing. And now we're involving the upper body to join in, bringing it forward. Can you bring it forward? Can you find a place that feels stable and just hold it there? Maybe for a few breaths. Maybe your hands go behind you for an extra challenge. And can you keep your hips square to the ground versus opening up? Keep them facing forward. Can you bring your upper body even more towards the ground and your back leg up so that you're parallel to the ground, so to speak? And where do you need your arms to be? Can you challenge them by bringing them behind your back, or them out to your side, or up over your head? And then come back to standing. Let's do the other side. So right foot, I'm just going to show you, I don't know if it's helpful, this orientation. So again, right leg is strong, arms can be where they need to be for support, bringing the upper body forward, leg goes back behind you, find a place of balance. Maybe you're not totally parallel to the ground, maybe your upper body's a little bit up, but the goal is to get that chest parallel to the ground and the back leg parallel to the ground. And when you get really challenging, you bring the upper body even lower than the hips. But you don't have to do that. Think of your hips being square to the ground versus open. Arms can be behind you for more of a challenge, maybe they're up over your head. And coming back to standing. Nice. Awesome. So doing that and doing it and holding it is challenging, but also what's challenging is this teetering back and forth. Okay? So I'll face you. Same thing. Let's go back to our left leg. Arms can be wherever they need to be to help you and challenge you. And now we're just going to go forward and back up, but our free leg doesn't touch. So this is pretty advanced. If your foot needs to come to the ground each time, that's okay. Or if you need to have some support of some kind, that's also okay. What this is doing, when we're doing for balance, it's helping with balance, but it's also strengthening our back leg quite a bit and having your core be engaged in order to go up and down, up and down. If you can do it without touching the free leg, bonus. And let's see if you can do maybe 5, maybe up to 10 of these. I'm not sure what number we're on now, but you will feel this tomorrow in your bottom. Let's do the other side. I'll face you. And it's finding your support, finding balance, finding strength in the right leg, bringing the upper body down. Nice. And back up to standing. Parallel. Take your time. You can go as slow as you need to. Nice. I'll get you guys on balance where you're never going to fall again. Not that you fall, but no more falls for you. Fly with your arms out wide. Nice, take your time. This isn't a rush thing. Yeah, trying to find control the whole way. Nice. Give me at least 5, maybe we get 10 in there, I don't know. That's unlocked. Strengthen that butt. Awesome. Alright, so for more core work and whatnot, let's get down to the ground. So make your way to the floor. Oh, I have another exercise I just had. So here we're going to start off with puppy dog. And so our knees are bent and our heels are up. Our hands are on the ground, and we're going to think of really extending the tailbone back to the ceiling, trying to bring our thighs to our chest and our chest to our thigh. And then let's walk the dog. So we're really going to bend one knee more than the other. See if we can't drop that heel to the ground as we push the ground away, shifting the hips side to side. I'll do this straight on so you can see what it looks like here. Pushing the ground away. Getting a nice stretch on the side of the body, and the hamstrings, all of that. And then when we're ready with and done with that, let's come down onto all fours. And here, let's take the weight around. Make sure you've got your knees at least hip width apart, hands at least shoulder width apart. And switch directions. And then coming to stillness in our tabletop, shoulders over our wrist, hips over the knees. And now we're going to challenge ourselves with some core work. We're going to lift, let's take the right leg back first. Take it, if you can extend it straight, that's a bonus, otherwise it can stay bent. And here, find your support in your right hand and your left knee. Let the left hand become light and let it float up above. And just hold it here, engaging your core, finding the balance, extending through the fingertips and your heel. And if you want to do a little bonus, bring the elbow and the knee together in the center and then extending back up. If the balance is challenge enough, just hold this here. Think about your core and everything squeezing to the midline. But if that feels easy, go ahead and challenge yourself with your knee to your elbow, and or maybe extend here and bring things to the side. Foot to the side, the hand to the side. And coming back to center. Find child's pose as a little rest in between. Leave the knees wide, dropping the chest towards the floor, forehead to the ground. Arms can be by your side as an alternative as well. Take a few breaths. Let's do the other side. I'll show you here. And now starting tabletop, finding the weight even underneath the hands and the knees. But then let's bring more weight to the right knee. Let the left leg float behind us. See if you can find extension. And then find the support under that right knee and the left hand, letting your right hand be light. Maybe this is your place of challenge. This is where you stay. Keep engaged. Engaging the lower core. Everything to the midline. If that feels easy and you want a bonus challenge, bring the elbow to the knee. Extend. Bring it together. Extend. As many counts as you like. Keep going if you're doing that. If you want to go to the next challenge, bringing the foot and the hand out to the sides, and then back. So wherever you're at, keep doing that, using your breath. Maybe you're stabilizing and holding. Maybe you're bringing the elbow to the knee still. Maybe you're bringing you can even bend. That's a progression and alternative as well. And then bringing the hands and knees back. Child's pose. Hands in front and by your side. Forehead to the ground if you can. Mouth to the hands. Continuing to challenge ourselves. Let's go into a plank pose on our elbows. Give our wrists a little bit of a break. Coming into our feet. You can stay on your knees if you'd like. Or challenge yourself by bringing the knees off the ground. And just holding it here. Using your breath, really think of pushing the ground away so you're not collapsed in your shoulders. You're finding space between the shoulder blades, tailbone tucked down, belly to the spine. And just using your breath. If you want to challenge yourself, maybe bring one foot off, extend those toes behind. Foot. Using your breath, strengthening your core. Know how good this is for you. How grateful you have and what are you grateful for today? Did we say this yet? We said it internally. Say it again. A couple more breaths. And tension in the neck. Child's pose. Awesome. You are awesome. some stretches. You can take it to a lunge, bringing one foot in front. Back knee can stay on the ground if you'd like. Hands can be on either side. You're up here. Or if it's easier for you to keep the knee off the ground, you're welcome to do that. Any lunge that is accessible to you. I like having my hands on the inside of that front foot, but it doesn't really matter as long as you're thinking of the hips going to the ground. The knee can be off the ground, on the ground. And then let's switch. Bring the other arm forward. Just going to keep reorienting myself. Again, back knee can be on the ground, off the ground. Hands can be on either side. If this is not accessible, find something to help support you next to you. Ideally, you have two things, like those yoga blocks. Goal is to bring our upper body straight up and down, so we're not just over our knee. That is really hard. But play with it. Think of the hips sinking down. Make sure your knee doesn't go too far past your ankle. Again, you can bring yourself to the floor, or twist towards the front knee, and with your lunge. Ooh. Ooh. I know. What else? What else you want? The shake, shake, shake. Yeah, so this is just the lower body. So not the upper body, that's a coming too, but upper body stays still. You bring the shake into the legs. Release the low back. Side to side. Oh, this is a good shake on too. Just letting the bones be loose. Muscle shake around your bone structure. Feel it coming into your traps. Everything's heavy. Awesome. Do this every day. Yay. Namaste. Have a great day.